Welcome back to the Haunted Basement Studio. I'm your host, Triple B, and in this Friday, the 13th of October, 2023, welcome to 31 Days of Halloween. And I've been doing videos every single day, but today's a special one because it is Friday, the 13th. So instead of this breaking down one movie, I'm just going to tell you about all the Friday the 13th movies and just give you a brief plot synopsis on every one of them, just in case you haven't seen them and maybe you might want to go check them out. So we're just going to go right down the list from one to the last one. Haha, let's go. All right, let's talk about Friday the 13th from 1980. The original Friday the 13th sets the stage for the iconic horror franchise as a group of young camp counselors at Camp Crystal Lake is terrorized by an unknown killer. The film introduces the vengeful mother, Pamela Voorhees, seeking revenge for her son's death and leaves the audience in suspense with its twist ending. All right, next we got Friday the 13th, part 2 from 1981. So they struck when the iron was hot, picking up where the first one left off. This installment introduces Jason Voorhees as the relentless killer. He seeks vengeance for his mother's death, now downing a burlap sack on his head. The film follows a new group of camp counselors as they face Jason's wrath at the nearby training camp. All right, next we got Friday the 13th, part 3, and it came out in 1982. So, bam, 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 right back and back and back. They were just putting these things out. Jason's Legends continues in 3D as he dons his infamous hockey mask for the first time. The movie centers on a group of friends vacationing in a lakefront property near Camp Crystal Lake, where they become victims of Jason's implacable violence. All right, man. This next one is Friday the 13th, the final chapter. And this one came out in 1984. So they actually took a year off in between this one and the previous three. Despite the title, this installment marks Jason's final appearance, showcasing the aftermath of part 3. The story revolves around a new set of characters and the return of Tommy Jarvis, a critical character to the series. It accumulates with a fierce and supposedly conclusive battle with Jason. All right, man. Now we're going to have Friday the 13th, The New Beginning from 1985. So, set years after the previous film, the story follows Tommy Jarvis, now a teenager dealing with psychological trauma. The movie takes a darker tone when describing a copycat killing simulating committed by Jason. However, the true culprit is someone seeking revenge for their personal tragedy. All right, man, that was part 5. So now on to Friday the 13th, part 6. Jason Lives from 1986. Man, this entry reintroduces Jason Voorhees to us after his absence from the previous film. Now, Tommy Jarvis will accidentally resurrect Jason, setting off a new wave of terror. This film adapts more to its comedic and self-aware tone, blending horror and humor. So that was part 6. All right, next we got Friday the 13th, part 7, The New Blood from 1988. The story centers on a telekinetic teenager named Tina, who inadvertently releases Jason from his watery grave. The film presents a battle between Tina's power and Jason's ruthless killing spree, leading to a climatic showdown. I hope you guys are having as much fun as I am. Next, we got Friday the 13th, Part 8. Jason Takes Manhattan from 1989. Jason embarks on a voyage from Crystal Lake to Manhattan, leaving a trail of victims in his wake. This movie showcases a change of setting and a unique kills that Jason does as he terrorizes the streets of New York City in the end. This one's mainly on a boat, if I do remember right. All right, man. Next, we got Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday from 1993. In a departure from the traditional storyline, the film delves deep into the cursed Voorhees bloodline and introduces a body hopping Jason, making the narrative more supernatural. The film sets up a potential end to the Jason saga. All right, man. Next, we got Jason X from 2001. Set in the distant future, Jason is cryogenetically frozen and he awakens above a spaceship. The film takes a sci-fi approach featuring Jason's reign of terror in an advanced, high-tech environment. Man, that sounds awesome. All right, man, we got Freddy vs. Jason from 2003. In this crossover film with Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, Freddy Krueger uses Jason to instill fear to regain his power. And the movie climax in a battle between the two iconic horror figures. Man, yeah, this one, just how the hell did we end up with this movie? That's so awesome. We actually got a Freddy versus Jason movie, because we'll never see anything like that again. Awesome. All right, man. Next, if you've been counting, it's the 12th film. It's Friday the 13th from 2009. This reboot combines elements from the earlier films, persisting an updated origin story for Jason. A group of young adults at Crystal Lake face Jason's wrath as he seeks vengeance for perceived wrongs. And that was the last one from 2009. Man, that's been a while. And the next one will be 13. Man, it's just been taking so long, but at least we got Camp Crystal Lake series coming out next year, next Halloween. So we'll be looking forward to that. Let me look through here. What are y'all favorites out there? The original was this, it's kind of hard to get through if you watch it again. Part 2 and 3, I mean, were great. And then part 4 with Corey Feldman in it, man, it was such a good movie, man. I love that one. And then they just start going off that one, though, Jason Lives. If I remember right, that girl is super hot. It's been about, it's a little bit of time since I watched it. I got the whole set right there. I want to upgrade to Blu-ray. That would be sweet as hell. But, man, Jason in space, Jason in Manhattan for a minute. It's awesome, man. Wherever he can go. But you know what? Bring him back. We want him back on the silver screen. But thank you all for joining me in Haunted Basement Studio today, and you guys have a happy Friday the 13th. Laters.